Hello, Peacocks. As a proud alumnus of St. Peter's College, I am delighted to speak to you today about what we can all do to help combat global warming. I congratulate you on your efforts to raise awareness of this critical issue and your efforts to put your words into action through your many projects to green St. Peter's. And I'm so proud that my alma mater has signed the American College and University President's Climate Commitment and is taking a stand to fight global warming. And I'm prouder still that you are actively taking steps to shrink your carbon footprint, reducing water and electricity use through the residence hall competition, switching to more energy-efficient washers and dryers in your laundry rooms, and purchasing only recycled paper. I look forward to seeing you continue to expand these efforts and take up new projects, installing solar panels, using more public transportation, and reducing food waste. And I hope you will all take the compact fluorescent light bulbs you are receiving today and install them right away, and encourage your families and friends to do the same. Peacocks may be known for displaying the whole spectrum of colors, but the peacocks of St. Peter's are becoming known for being green. I know that the actions we take as individuals can seem small when held up next to the enormous challenge that we face in mitigating and adapting to global warming. But as I'm sure you have learned at St. Peter's, many small actions do add up to great things. And when taken together with new initiatives at the state, federal, and international levels, the potential for progress is greatly magnified. There is a new momentum in Washington to reactivate U.S. leadership in addressing global warming and maximize the potential of so many concerned and active citizens. Let me take a few moments to update you on some of the actions we are looking at to take global warming in this new Congress with new leadership in the White House in a new direction. Actions that start at the global level and go right down to every household and every neighborhood. On the global level, we will have a major opportunity in December when a new climate treaty will be negotiated in Copenhagen, Denmark. As chairman of the subcommittee that handles global environmental issues for the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, I look forward to establishing a new framework that all nations can agree on so action on a global scale can start immediately. Preparing for this new global agreement, the United States needs to set up a cap-and-trade system to limit greenhouse gas emissions, or we need to at least agree on the parameters of such a system. We also have a responsibility to help people in nations with fewer resources than we have been blessed with in the United States and who are vulnerable to the effects of sea levels rising, persistent droughts, storm surges, and changes to their agricultural landscape. This is a good neighbor policy, but it also strengthens worldwide security. Vulnerable developing nations will need funds to acquire drought-resistant crops, build seawalls, restore wetlands, or even resettle those displaced by the effects of climate change. And we need global cooperation to give it to them. Climate change is not just a potentially devastating phenomenon, but it is also a chance for the United States to stand in solidarity with people around the world in a struggle to protect people's homes, their land, and their well-being. It is an opportunity to show leadership and improve how the world views our country. It is also an opportunity to turn our economy around. We simply have to make a major shift in what literally fuels our economy, away from fossil fuels that add to global warming and towards low and no emission renewable energy. By transforming our sources of energy, we can also transform our economy by creating new green-collar jobs here at home. The more renewable energy industry jobs we create here, the more we are able to plug the drain we currently see in our economy, sending an estimated $700 billion overseas to buy oil. We have the brainpower and resources right here to create greener and cleaner fuels, and to produce that energy here in the United States by American workers. This energy revolution will demand a new range of jobs, from scientists to develop new technologies, to refiners, builders, and engineers to implement these technologies. Since we are still at the beginning stages of this revolution, I have pushed for continued funding for research and development in renewable energy. I have also pushed for policies that make it easier to move ahead with projects such as installing solar panels and increasing the energy efficiency of buildings. New Jersey is at the forefront of this revolution, ranking number 2 in the nation in solar installations and investing in creative ways to reduce our state's energy consumption by 20% by the year 2020. I am confident that these efforts will ultimately help strengthen our economy, create jobs, and increase our competitiveness in the global marketplace. I want to be sure that as you graduate and start your careers, these new jobs will be on hand for you. As leaders of the next generation, working not only to carve out a path for yourself, but help build a more environmentally sustainable path for our country. Let's be clear. The challenge before us is substantial. Irreversible changes have already occurred that we will be dealing with for the next 1,000 years, even if we limit our greenhouse gas emissions at current levels. It's like credit card debt. We've lived beyond our means, and now we have a large debt, a pile of emissions that have built up in our atmosphere, and we are continuing to produce more, compounding our debt. Even if we start paying it down, reducing current emissions, we're effectively only trimming our interest, and the original debt remains on our maxed out worldwide card. The effects of climate change will be felt acutely right here in our backyard. Our Jersey Shore is an irreplaceable treasure, but it faces an uncertain future in light of climate change. It may not exist by the end of this century. Because much of the shore is subsiding while sea levels are rising, some studies have projected erosion on the scale of 300 feet inland. The barrier islands which front our coast could be completely eroded away, and that includes places like Atlantic City. This means more than having to look for a new place to get a tan when classes are done for the summer. Millions of people visit the Jersey Shore each year, bringing in an estimated $20 billion into the state's economy and creating hundreds of thousands of jobs. By the end of this century, we could see the beach at Cape May erode between 160 to 500 feet inland. The Holland Tunnel will be forced to close due to repeated floods. Heat-related deaths in our cities will rise 5-fold, and flooding around the Delaware River will cause millions of dollars in property damage. These may be sobering facts, but not ones that should stop us cold in our tracks. They can motivate us to act quickly, both to reduce our impact on the earth and to adapt to our changed circumstances. It's clear that St. Peter's, and many of you studying there, are in fact motivated by the challenges facing our state and our world. That's the spirit that helps bring change to the way we treat our planet, which, as Al Gore so rightly points out, is our only home. And it is the spirit guiding our work in Washington in this new Congress. Together, we can work at every level to clean up our homes, our neighborhoods, our campus, our state, our country, and our one and only planet. I applaud St. Peter's for your efforts to reduce emissions and live more sustainably. Thank you, President Cornacchia, to all the faculty and staff, and especially you, the students, who are making a real difference by making changes in your everyday choices and encouraging your college to aim high. I look forward to seeing you all around my old stomping grounds sometime soon.